internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. Hold your horses. A lot of you guys are probably very excited to see what I have to present today. But let me tell you, when I say it's going to be extremely conservative, so viewer discretion is advised. And these are going to be some large numbers, but like I said, very, very conservative with actual real logic behind it. Welcome back to another video. We are going to cover Scott Lucas. He's the head of DLT at JP Morgan. Remember when he talked about each asset class and having 10 to 50%?
I think a reasonable proportion of how much of each type of asset class in what market by what type will kind of eventually evolve into using this technology, other than to say regulated markets will be on this technology, using it in a sophisticated way within a decade. And what a reasonable proportion could be anywhere from the 10% mentioned previously to anywhere sort of sub 50. I don't think north.
Well, today we are actually going to go in depth and grab 4 asset classes, and we are going to do a very conservative viewpoint from them. But before we get into the video, folks, the XRP pendant, last day for the yacht party, for the 24 hours crypto yacht party that's occurring. Details will be sent with a purchase of the XRP pendant. This is going to be a 6-figure event that's going to be taking place. I need to have real confirmation of real individuals coming. One pendant is one spot. No plus ones will be available. Personalized text, folks, put it in, whatever you guys want to put at the back of the pendant. If it's left blank, you will have today's date and the price of XRP. So if you guys want to join me on the 24 hours crypto yacht party, details will be sent after the purchase. And let's get right into today's video. There have been large numbers being thrown out at very reputable events that have taken place recently in the trillions of dollars. Take a listen to this, for example.
So when I talk about the $10 trillion that we're processing every night,
if we think about the opportunity, how we get to beyond the 1 trillion, I would start with private asset space is a $290 trillion market around the world.
We know already what they are thinking. So let's go there and try to build things that are compliant, and we can tap into these $330 trillion.
I think the market is about $1 trillion today, give or take. And then when you look at all the other assets in the world, depending on whose report you read, it varies between 300 trillion and 700 trillion. It is my firm belief that everything can be tokenized. So
300 trillion, 700 trillion, 325 trillion. Why do you think these individuals are throwing out these numbers? Okay, that was the CEO of Onyx that said $10 trillion overnight at JP Morgan. Because this is real. We have unlocked something that hasn't been unlocked before, and that is why we have every government on board. And that is why today's presentation is going to go down in the history books one day, looking back on it maybe 20 years from now, 30 years from now, because it just logically makes perfect sense. We are going to cover the notional value of derivatives, 600 trillion. Global real estate, 326 trillion. The S&P, 36 trillion. Global debt, 300 trillion. And this is just about tokenizing these assets and having these values moved on an open ledger. And with that being done, FX will be required. And keep in mind, we're just scratching the surface. We are not even including the DTCC, the daily FX market, just cross-border payments. All that has been left out. This is just going to the tokenized world. If we were to take 15%, very conservatively, not 50, not 45, not 30, but 15% of 600 trillion, that is $90 trillion. 15% of 326 trillion of the global real estate is 48.9 trillion. S&P, 15% of that is 5.4 trillion. Global debt, 15% of that is $45 trillion. In total, we have 189 trillion. And wait, it gets even better, because I like a conservative. What we're going to do is we're going to not play with the 189, but we're going to take 15% of the $189 trillion just to be so stupidly conservative. And we're at $28.3 trillion. And what does that mean for the price of XRP? Keep in mind, this market is going to be open 24/7, 365, non-stop. JP Morgan processes 10 trillion overnight. That's just JP Morgan alone. Value is going to be moved like it hasn't been before. Things are changing. Your mindset, I've said this many times, has not witnessed anything like this. So when it happens, that's when you're going to understand it. But what can we see for the price of XRP with a market cap of $28 trillion? And keep in mind, the volume will be significantly lower when the market cap is 28 trillion. We're going to get into that. $28.3 trillion. If we have 90 billion XRP circulating, is $315. 80 billion circulating, $354. 70 billion circulating, $405. 60 billion XRP circulating, $472. In my opinion, the 70 billion circulating XRP supply is what we're going to see in the future. The escrow is for market stability for the whole crypto sector itself. So $405 per XRP. Do I think those levels can be reached? Absolutely, because $28 trillion market cap is absolutely nothing when it comes to a utility market cap. But let's keep going. We're going to do 25% of $189 trillion with a market cap of $47 trillion for XRP. This is going to get very good. We are going to justify and proofread our work with Susan Atley and Rob Mitchnick's framework that they did. $47 trillion market cap would mean 90 billion XRP circulating, $525. 80 billion XRP circulating, $590. 70 billion XRP circulating, $675 per XRP. And you guys are probably wondering, what is going to be the volume for XRP if we ever reach these levels? Will these levels be reached in the future? Absolutely, folks. We're talking about we have unlocked a new value. That's the internet. This is the internet of value. And once everything goes full throttle and the new infrastructure, Ripple is a market infrastructure. Once it gets kicked in, it's absolutely game over. If we go down to the framework that they did, and if we take the volume, because they said 556 billion XRP volume daily would result in a market cap of $3.25 trillion for XRP, and the price would be $32.68 or whatnot. So what we're doing here is we are going to 14x this, because when we 14x this, we get $47 trillion in market cap and a volume of $7 trillion where XRP is being utilized nonstop. Ripple offers different products like line of credit. XRP will be locked up for a number of days or months or weeks if necessary. We have retail holders. We have Ripple executives holding XRP. Once the supply starts being scarce, because the demand is there, and a lot of people are going to wake up to this late, but there's very little XRP out there. And the numbers we covered today is very conservative. It is ridiculously conservative. So go ahead and smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is all logic and math, and you really can't run away from it. If you disagree, let me know in the comments down below. Break it down. I'll be down there. I'll read it. I'll reply. But make it make sense.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.